So with designing the building, obviously, like, there's amazing, cool stuff on the inside, but the exterior really stands out. And I mean, if you look at the pictures of it, you know, the overhang and everything. Is there anything else that you kind of added to it that really stand out and make a difference, or just, you know, when people driving by might see it and not even get inside, but they know what it stands for?
Yeah. So we really wanted to tie the exterior of the building to the interior and the experience within. So we set up a couple things as you enter. One thing being a quote facing the historic Greenwood Black Wall Street across the street. The quote is from James Baldwin, and it reads, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." And we worked with the commission, and they sent out a survey to the community.
Yeah,
and
there were like three quotes for us to choose from, I think.
There were a couple of quotes to choose from, and this is the one that, once again, it's about the community building this project, and this was the one that was chosen, which I think it's just the perfect way to set up this experience of the exhibits on the interior. And it really, in just a few words, just says what the project's about.
Yeah, that's exactly right. There's also one of my favorite exterior features is there's a skylight right in front of the door, and there's a cutout that you kind of don't see when you're walking up, but it says 1921. So when you are walking up on the sidewalk, it says 1921 right before you open the door. So it kind of sets it up, you know, what you're about to walk into.
Yeah. So this Oculus or skylight, whatever you want to call it, architecturally, but
see, that we can see the
architecture. So the sun, we put the 1921, the date of the massacre, obviously, on a signage band at the very top, and the sun hits it and projects the shadow across the entrance to the building, which is really cool to see it trace through there throughout the day at different times. It's in different locations, but it's about this setting up this narrative and having the building, you know, interrelate with what's on the interior.
And then when you step in, it's I mean, it's beautiful. The scale of it is really, really nice. And we can go back to that in a second. But one of the first exhibits, there are actual railroad tracks on the ground that you have to step over. So symbolically really setting up what you're getting into. And then one more teaser is just that. So The Watchmen, I don't know if you saw that. It was on HBO. And it the very first episode had a really graphic scene from what it was probably like in while the massacre was going on. And it's really intense. And that's really what started a lot of this attention on this. And in that show, and I haven't seen this episode, full disclosure, but apparently they show that they have a museum later that shows what happened, and there are holograms. And so then, of course, everyone right away was like, oh, there won't be holograms, you know, in this new place. And there are holograms, which is super, super cool. So that's
Don't
one of
want
my...
to give it away.
I'm not giving it away. I will not do that to Local Projects, our partner. But and speaking of Local Projects...
digitally interact with some
super cool. And Local Projects, I know we said that's who did the interior exhibit design with us, but they, just to give you an example of how amazing the interior of this is, they did the 9/11 museum. So they're world renowned for their exhibit design. So that was a really fun collaborative process for us as well. So. And then the scale of the building in general, there's a gigantic project happening behind it that could have easily dwarfed it, but I'll let you talk about the design, Steve.
Oh, yeah. And that's part of the reason for the big overhang. It's really just anchoring that corner. It's such an important corner in the district, and it's really, like I mentioned earlier, just the perfect spot for this project. And the overhang really gives it the presence we wanted within that urban corridor that's beginning to be set up with these taller buildings surrounding it. And I mean, it just sets up, it welcomes you, like I said, to the district, and it's a new gateway for Greenwood. And yeah, we're very proud of the design, and we think we did a great job. And
I know you did a great job. And we talked about the 1921 during the day.
Yeah.
But do you want to talk about the lights at night?
Yeah.
Because that's an important feature.
We can talk about some of the materiality here for a second. The idea for the exterior design was really about resilience and vibrancy. Tying it back to the community, to the the entertainment district that was Black Wall Street, business district by day, entertainment by night. So there's this transformation really between just bright lights and neon signs and at nighttime, and so we wanted the building to activate itself and do a similar transition from day to night, so you have this dynamic interplay of shadows during the daytime and illuminated from within at night. And we used cast GFRC material, and it allowed us to create this pattern that basically captures light from the bottom of each panel and illuminates the entire facade internally, and really becomes a beacon for this district. And it's pretty cool.
It's going to be really.
It hasn't fully been, set up yet, but we're tweaking it.
Anxiously awaiting that first light up. It'll be really, really cool.
So that's one of the big design, elements on the facade.
And the use of brick was really important.
Brick was important to us. Historically, those Greenwood buildings were built brick by brick, and they have their own unique character with how the windows are detailed and all the bandings and stuff. It's really cool when you go down there and see some of those buildings. So we wanted to do something contemporary with that. So we created this detail that has a more of a profile brick that alternates in course and is more of a contemporary application and pays a tribute to those buildings of the past.